Laundry room glow, half-burned light hums low, shirt sleeves sway in their tiny storm. Soft thumbs counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Quiet clock on a tiled floor. We're just turning like a spin cycle lullaby. Little chores keeping this world alive. Every small thing folding easy on the line. Tonight I'm fine with this humble kind of shine. Oh yeah. Guitar in the corner, curved back, shy grin, fingers barely talking to the nylon strings. Detergent halo rising in the drum. This is what being grown feels from. We're just turning like a spin cycle lullaby. Little chores keeping this world alive. Every small thing folded easy on the line. Tonight I'm fine with this humble kind of shine. Just scrape back, soft little thunder, coffee rings, ghost the table wood. We talk about traffic instead of the real thing. Your smile holds more story than it should. After the meeting ends, when the small talk thins and bends, the piano finds one honest phrase, plays it over and over. Today feels tired, but it's clear in my chest. I'm choosing truth over all that haze. I'm choosing truth over the rest. Neck tears loosen like guarded voices. Folders close on unspoken lines. You stare at your screen for a few extra seconds, like you're reading between my replies. After the meeting ends, when the bright mass finally slips at the edge, the piano keeps that honest phrase, plays it over and over. Today feels tired, tired, but it's sharp in my head. I'm choosing truth over all that haze. I'm choosing truth over what we said. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's the start. One clear note cutting through my heart. I hear it in the silence, humming under lights. I hear it when I finally meet my own eyes. After the meeting ends and the room turns back into just chairs and vents, the piano holds one honest phrase, plays it over and over. Today feels heavy, but I'm light in the end. I'm choosing truth over easy praise. I'm choosing truth, my quiet friend. Morning light slides along the wooden grain. Steam curls from this chip white cup. Chair sighs low, like it's known me for years. I take a breath, let the silence wake up. Slow steam on the wooden floor, soft swing in the kitchen air. I'm not chasing anything, I'm just sitting here aware. Slow steam on the wooden floor, this small unfolding prayer. The day won't start without me, and I'm in no hurry to be there, to be there, to be there. Curtain sways to a rhythm of its own. Clock hand leans into another lap. Bass notes walk like they're barefoot on stone. Each sip loosens something in my back. Steaming on the wooden floor, soft swing in the kitchen air. I'm not chasing anything, I'm just sitting here aware. Slow steam, slow steam, flow passes slowly, steam curling off the bowl. Emails face down in my bag, phone turned away just for now. Sunlight resting on the table, spilling gold along my sleeve. Tiny dust motes drifting sideways like they've got nowhere to be. This room, this breath, this slow, forgiving groove. Time leans back in its chair, lets the clock loose. Yeah, even on a busy day, I still find room to breathe. I still find room to breathe. Waiter wipes a quiet circle on the counter by the glass. Traffic hums a distant river, but here the seconds soften, stretch. This jazz just stretches time. Lazy cymbals, gentle swing, stirring thoughts like sugar in till the sharp edges dissolve. I used to chase each minute like it might run off alone. Now I stir my coffee slowly, watch the ripples come and go. Between the meetings and the margins, hidden spaces I can keep. I hear that rhythm, soft reminder, every heartbeat counts as rest. Chair to chair, but we're miles from the door. Shadows lean like they've been here before. You stir your glass, ice turning in the dark. Say half a word, then let silence do its part. Let the quiet talk for us. Let the day fall off our shoulders. Every breath between your phrases pulls me closer, slower. We don't have to name this, we just let the night assume. You and me, this unspoken in the low light room. Your laugh comes soft, like you're scared it might escape. My hand drifts to the pattern in the drape. Your eyes find mine, then drift back to the floor, like something tender knocking at a door. Let the quiet talk for us. Let the day fall off our shoulders. Every breath between your phrases pulls me closer, slower. We don't have to name this. We just let the night assume. You and me, this unspoken in the low light room. Maybe we're just two people trying not to be afraid of how a simple evening turns into a promise made. So we sit here almost touching, letting all the corners blur, trusting every gentle pause to say what we prefer. Let the quiet talk for us. Let the day fall off our shoulders. Every breath between your phrases pulls me closer, slower. We don't have to name this. We just let the night assume. You and me, this unspoken in the low light room. You know, you know, yeah, da 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 da. Shoes rest by the door, salt on the leather, the keys hit the table. All of that weather just falls off my shoulders. Drop after drop, coats hung without ceremony on that wobbling wooden peg. I breathe in like I got time again. This is the part where the outside fades, where the world stays out and the warmth remains. Every little creak in the floor knows my name. I'm home. I'm home. Kettles start to murmur, lamp throws a crooked halo, mail on the counter, day in a messy stack. Unhurried rhythm in the room, clock hand dancing soft and slow. My heartbeat learns the tempo and lets the hurry go. Leave the headlines by the hinges, let the worries lose their shape. In this faded chair, this quiet air, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive, I arrive. coffee ring on the margin, pen cap biting my lip, one word almost leaving, then it slides, it slips, brushes trace in the silence, little circles of time. That trumpet leans on a half note, won't decide the rhyme, so I leave it half a sentence, half a prayer. Let the question float and shimmer in the air. I don't need an ending to know that I'm alive. I just breathe in this blue ink and let the jazz decide. Fingertips on the paper, hover, hover, retreat, chords lean over the edges, never quite complete, lamplight folding the corners, shadows soft on the spine, every pause is a doorway I might call mine, so I leave it half a sentence, half a prayer. Let the question float and shimmer in the air. I don't need an ending to know that I'm alive. I just breathe in this blue ink and let the jazz decide. What if this is the answer? An unfinished page, trusting every suspension to cradle the ache. I'm learning to live in the maybe, to rest in the sway, letting all that I can't name just softly stay. So I leave it half a sentence, half a prayer. Let the question float and shimmer in the air. I don't need an ending to know that I'm alive. I just breathe in this blue ink and let the jazz decide. Keys counting a quiet four, my chest still running, ticket stubs and coffee stains and that old fear humming. Door clicks shut behind the day, I hear my own lungs say, hold on, hold This jazz is my first deep breath after all that rushing past. Shoulders falling, heart unclenching, time stretching at last. Today gets rescued by a slower kind of truth. Jazz turns panic into something I can move through. Phone face down, it buzzes once, but I just let it glow. Traffic ghosts in distant glass, fading soft and low. Cup rim warm against my lip, sinks with every sip, and the beat finds my feet. This jazz is my first deep breath after all that rushing past. Shoulders falling, heart unclenching, time stretching at last. Today gets rescued by a slower kind of truth. Jazz turns panic into something I can move through. Sudden flurry in the melody, then it all comes back to earth. Life can stumble, life can spill, still it lands on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I remember what these lungs are for. This jazz is my first deep breath after all that rushing past. Shoulders falling, heart unclenching, time stretching at last. Today gets rescued by a slow, workable groove. Jazz turns panic into something I can move through. I can move through. Couch sinking slow, room dressed in shadow. Only that tired halo through the blinds. Steam from a cup, losing its courage. Clock on the wall forgets how to chime. Let the jazz pace the dark, step by step, all these thoughts on the carpet. I haven't met every blue little question, taking its turn. Let the jazz pace the dark till the edges burn. Street hum below, engines like murmurs. Neighbors move chairs in some other life. Saxophone sighs, naming the feeling before I can find the words that feel right. Let the jazz pace the dark, step by step, all these thoughts on the carpet. I haven't met every blue little question, taking its turn. Let the jazz pace the dark till the edges burn. I don't flip the switch, I don't chase sleep. I count quiet shadows that count me. Outside stays distant, inside runs wild. Every soft broken phrase rocking it mild. Let the jazz pace the dark, step by step, all these thoughts on the carpet. I haven't met every blue little question, taking its turn. Let the jazz pace the dark till the edges burn.
Notebook breathing on the table, pages open half awake. Ink dries down in crooked rivers, thoughts just hover, never break. Let it swing around these unfinished lines. Every pause a quiet promise, every gap a different time. I'll sit inside the question till the answer comes to mind. Let it swing around these unfinished lines. Coffee cooling by the margin, I trace circles then erase. Little sparks that fade to nothing, still they leave a tender trace. Maybe sense is running late, caught up at some distant station. I can sway